Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Moon Day Messages. We have missed a few weeks, which is because there was absolutely no way for me to upload the videos in St. Lucia. The Wi-Fi was so bad, or the upload rate, or whatever it is called, was so bad that I literally tried for 4 days to upload it. I even tried it with the internet on my phone because the Wi-Fi at the house didn't work. I lost like 12 of my 20 gigabytes that I just bought, and it was just too frustrating and it just wouldn't work. I also tried it at a different place that it had Wi-Fi and it just didn't work out. So yeah, it was just not possible. It was a good one though. But yeah, here we are just before the year closes, getting into the new energy of the week. Today is Tuesday. I decided to upload it today, or to record and upload it today, because today is a day where it changes into gate, where the sun is changing, the energy is changing into gate 38, which is the gate of the fighter. So it's very interesting energy towards the end of the year to really harness back into what you consider worth fighting for, what you consider worth putting your intention and attention into energetically. And it is really, truly meaningful and important energy that you want to put your energy into. It is located in the root center, which is a pressure center, which is the energy of putting the pressure onto what is important for you to put your intention into. So it's an interesting energy for sure. So it really is for you to fight for what you believe in, stand up against adversity, stand up against things that are not fair in your eyes, stand up for yourself, stand up for your dreams, stand up for what you want to do and what you want to get into. It is really about purpose, individuality, and transformation here, okay? So I can sense that there's a lot of energy in the collective at the moment of like, I feel in between, two chairs, which is we're in between 2 years, even though astrologically the year does not change before March 21st energetically. But when it comes to the Gregorian calendar that we as a society work with, today is actually December 31st. So it's like the last year of 2024. And the days between Christmas and the days between the New Year are always like super weird, and you don't really know what to do with yourself. Like you feel like, oh, I have chilled enough. I need to, do something else. Like I can't just like chill anymore, and be on the couch anymore. Like I watched every movie possible. I scrolled social media back and forth and all of that kind of energy. So there is an urge of like wanting to do something else, wanting to change something, get back into your routine that you had before the holidays. And that is also really what the energy is about. Like it is also about like fighting against like these smaller addictions that are not so obvious, like scrolling too much on social media, being a couch potato for too long, Netflix, whatever, right? Maybe overindulging in things like food or alcohol or whatever. It is really about like these things right now of like, okay, yes, allow yourself to chill and reset and rest and recharge, but pay attention that you are not choosing things to do that are more you self-medicating or doing things to not feel what your body wants you to feel. That's really what I want to put down here, that we don't run from what is coming up for us right now, because wintertime, wherever you are, when you are on the side of the planet where it is summertime right now, it is still an energy of like going within right now as well, right? So making sure to not forget using the time for that as well, right? It's not just about, oh, I just want to chill, oh, I just don't want to think about anything. This time is for you to think about the next step. It is about reflection. It is about going within. It is hibernation energy for you to get clarity around the things that you want to change and don't want to take into 2025. Okay. So even though, again, it is a new start energy right now, remember that the astrological new year is in March, on March 21st. So that phase up until then is that hibernation phase. It is that phase about like getting clear about what you want to change, what you want to do differently, where you want to head from here, right? Yeah. Okay. So Spirit also wants me to talk about January 11th because this is when the notes are changing. So the nodal points are changing. So we just had 1.5 years of Aries being a north node and Libra being in the south node. And this changes on January 11th for another 1.5 year cycle where the north node moves into Pisces and the south node moves into Virgo. So it is also very much an energy as from then to allow yourself to flow more, to not fall into the perfectionistic energy. Like Virgo is very about perfectionism. It is very about being straightforward, playing by the rules, being very determined and controlling almost about things. Virgo, I mean, Virgo has a lot of like beautiful traits as well. Like we need rules and structure. But this time, these 1.5 years, because North Node is moving into Pisces, urges us to go with the flow. It urges us to allow ourselves to feel more, listen to our intuition, not trying to control the shit out of everything, but actually allow ourselves to let life play with us, life show us the way, life nudging us into the right direction. And if we are trying to control everything, we can't see how the life is trying to nudge us because we only can see that one way that we have set our mind to trying to control everything around it and force it into that one way that we are seeing. Okay, so it's important for you to understand that the next 1.5 years is really about allowing yourself to feel more and trust your intuition. So there might be some things that force you to do that if you do not allow yourself to do that. My north node, my north node in my chart is in Pisces and in Virgo. The south node is in Virgo, the north node is in Pisces, just the ones that we are moving into, which means this is my nodal return, which means this is going to be even more so for me, like even more so the case for me. So if you have that same thing, it will be very potentially challenging 1.5 years to if you are trying to fight it, or it can be very very beautiful 1.5 years if you open your up if you open yourself up to that and surrender to the Pisces energy and letting go of that Virgo energy. Okay, so my Virgo energy right now, my south node is like, I should have waited until my hair was dry because it is looking weird. And my Pisces energy is just like, it's gonna flow the way it wants to. Okay, so I don't know why I said that. That's funny. Okay, another thing that came through for me was that Spirit wants you to know, for a lot of you, you need to find new habits and new hobbies, maybe new habits as well. Why did I say that? Maybe new habits as well. I wanted to say hobbies though. So it is about allowing yourself to be guided through life, to allow yourself also for more fun and finding new ways of expressing yourself, finding new ways of living life, right? Allowing yourself to not just concentrate on work and making things happen, but let life be energetically infused into you in a new way through new things, new people, new things that you try out, dancing, sculpturing, painting, whatever, like sports, whatever you like doing, or whatever you were always interested in trying out but you didn't allow yourself to do it, like that is also part of that energy right now already, not just from January 11th. Okay, so it's time to infuse your life with new energies is what I heard as well. So that is basically what came through while channeling and based on the gate. So I really just want you to allow yourself right now, up until January 11th, to just ponder on these things. Like, how can I allow new things into my life? What is it that I want to try out and I never allowed myself to do it because I'm thinking I'm too old for that, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the money? Like, allow yourself to be open to wanting to try that. Like, communicate to the universe that you do want to try that, and maybe the things that you think will keep you from being able to do it will vanish, because if we allow ourselves to tap into the energy of wanting to authentically express ourselves, this will always be in favor by the universe. The universe will always help to co-create that experience with you, because it's part of what you are meant to be experiencing. And it might actually be something that allows you to move more into things that open up new opportunities for you. Okay, let's see what the, oh wow, my grandparents, my grandmothers, pictures of my grandmothers are in my card deck, and I was just looking for them. I put them in there. Interesting. That's my father's mother. People say I look like her. That's my mother's mom. And then that's the mother of my second mom that helped my mom to raise me. Interesting. Well, thank you, ladies, for showing up. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know for this week? What is it that I need to know, Spirit? Thank you. This one? Oh, wow. Is that it? That's it. That was a quick one. Okay, so the first one is ride the wave. That is like, this is really like the Piscean energy that I was talking about. The North Node that is moving into Pisces is really about allowing yourself to feel your emotions. It's really about allowing yourself to let these things come up, because this is what is guiding you. This is what is connected the most to the spirit realm, our emotions. Not just because of the connection to water and emotions being like water as well, because they come in waves, right? It's not just about that. It's also because they are so much more in tune with the frequency of the earth than our masculine side, because our masculine side is more structured and more thinking, which is more head, which is more the Virgo energy, really, which is more trying to control things and structure things, and therefore not allowing other opportunities and possibilities to show up for you, because we only focus on this one way, or maybe two or three ways of how things can happen, and then we immediately we basically cut off energetically the other possibilities that are trying to come in, because we only focus on these things that we think can happen. Okay, so it is really about allowing the frequencies to move through you so that you can tap into them and understand them and see other opportunities and possibilities for whatever it is that you're trying to call in, right? And then we have speak it out. So it really is an energy of like you allowing yourself to speak it out to spirit, to the universe, to be like, I'm ready for that. Even if you're not knowing what you're ready for, then ask for guidance. I'm ready to receive guidance to understand what is next for me. I'm ready to receive the next nudges or the next ideas that I've been waiting for. Like, it really is about you allowing yourself to not just believe that it's possible, but ask for help. Ask your spirit guides, invite them in, ask your ancestors, ask your grandmothers, yeah? Ask them to be part of this journey with you for you to be able to get to the next level and understand what is next for you, if that is a thing that is difficult for you. If it's about new hobbies, new habits, if it's about speaking up and standing in your truth and fighting for what's right, like whatever it is, like all of the energies that came through is connected to our emotions and us allowing ourselves to let them come to us. But in order for them to come to us, we need to let them know that we're open for them, okay? And then we have end of a cycle. So that is obviously because we are ending this year, but it's also, I feel like for a few of you, there has been some things that where you were struggling with a lot of uncertainty, where you were struggling with a lot of question marks around what next? Where am I going? What am I trying to do here on earth as this person, as this human? I feel like there is a lot of energy that was holding you back, that is connected to uncertainty and fear. So that is ending, okay? But only if you allow yourself to do that. You need to allow yourself to speak up and ask for it, and then actually do the work of feeling things. Like, it's really just about feeling things. Like, you don't need to conceptualize it. You don't really need to understand everything right away. The clarity and understanding will come when you allow yourself to feel, okay? And then we have the desert, which is action taking, fire energy. Like, when you allowed yourself to do all of that, feeling, calling it in, reaching that end of the cycle, then you get to a point of clarity, and then you know what to do, and then you know what steps to take, okay? So it really is about that nodal shift that we will experience on January 11th for 1.5 years, moving away from the south node, which is Virgo, and moving more into the north node, which is Pisces. That kind of energy, okay? So don't be so rigid and controlling and structured, but allow yourself to feel more, surrender, and be open for possibilities that you can't even logically grasp right now, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have patience. So on the bottom of the deck is always that card. That's the way how I read it. It's an overall energy for the cards that we have already discussed. So all of this is obviously connected to patience. Tomorrow is not the new year energetically, okay? The new year will not be before March 21st, okay? So you have 3 more months where you can figure this out, where you can do this work until the end of the cycle, and then being able to take action, okay? So don't try to force things. I'm talking to myself. I'm a manifesting generator, a Leo and a Sag rising. There's a lot of fire within me that always wants to be so quick and taking the next step. And sometimes even when you know what the next step is, it doesn't mean that it's time to take that step yet. Okay, because sometimes it means you don't have the resources, you don't have all the information, you are just not physically there yet and need more rest, or you're not energetically there yet, or spiritually there yet, or whatever it is, right? And that just brings me back to what you then have to do is this. Feel the shit. Feel the discomfort of not being able to take the steps yet. What does that tell you? Reflect on that. What is coming up for you when you think about wanting to take that step but knowing better because you've done it so many times and you failed? Like, let me share a story with you. I know that Bali is not my end all be all when it comes to living, when it comes to home. So I was like, I went to Europe to visit family and friends. I took care of a family member with my mom together who was really sick. I learned a lot about myself. I went to Portugal with my mother to stay there for a little bit, and then I went to St. Lucia because I felt like, oh, St. Lucia like came up for me. That's a long story. I don't want to get into that right now, but St. Lucia intuitively came up for me as an opportunity or as a possibility for a new home. So I wanted to check it out. But I took the step way too quickly, way too prematurely. I did not have enough funds. I did not have enough finances set aside to just explore the island and be like, oh, that's my place and that's what I want to do, and figure out if that is the place where I want to live. I now figured out that it's not, which is also good. So I don't feel like, I don't regret that it happened, but I lost a lot of money doing it. So if I just would have waited a little longer to get more clarity around that, I might have taken different steps, did more research to figure out things more before that, and then would have been able to not have to put that much money into that, or whatever would have changed. I don't even know. Maybe nothing would have changed, but I would have gotten to that place with more clarity. So sometimes that's the thing. That's what we need to do. We need to wait. And not just wait and not do anything, but do this. Okay? Sometimes it's really just about feeling the shit we don't want to feel to get to a point of clarity, to get to a point of understanding, to get to the end of a cycle, to then be able to take the action steps that we really need to take. Okay? Oof. Okay. Very clear message. I hope that this helps you. I hope you had beautiful holidays. I hope you have a beautiful time going into 2025. I hope my curls are popping more than right now. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Please send it to someone that might need that message. Help me support in building up this channel. I'm so grateful to you. And I have Wi-Fi again. I will show up again. And I see you next week in the new year.